Hello chess fans, this is Rick from Chess to Impress. It is Saturday. It is the turn of the pawn. Every Saturday I show you a position or a game where the pawn plays an important role. And this is the ultimate pawn position. This is a composition from the famous composer Sam Lloyd, arguably the greatest chess composer of all time. This position is called the Excelsior. It is one of Sam Lloyd's most famous chess problems, originally published in the London Era newspaper in 1861, named after the poem Excelsior by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Lloyd had a friend who said that he could always find the peach which delivered the principal checkmate of a chess problem. Lloyd composed this problem as a joke and bet his friend dinner that he could not pick the piece that did not give mate in the main line. His friend immediately identified the pawn on b2 as being the least likely to deliver checkmate, and that friend had to pay for dinner, as we'll see. When the problem was published, it was with the stipulation that white mates with the least likely piece or pawn. And indeed it looks very, very unlikely that white is going to checkmate black with this pawn. For starters, it is hanging, it is threatened to be taken by the pawn on a3, and there are so many pieces in the way. How can we ever checkmate with the b2 pawn? Let's look at a position. We should not look at this position as we normally do in a normal chess position. White is a rook up, and the black king is all the way on h1, which is very unusual. This is all about checkmating the black king in the prescribed number of moves, and this is a mate in 5. So white has to checkmate the black king in 5 moves. If we find a solution that lasts 6 moves or 7 moves, then we do not have the correct solution. That's what this position is all about. What strikes the eye is that we have a threat with white. We are threatening to play rook d5 or rook f5, and then we have a threat of rook d1 or rook f1 checkmate. This rook is taking the second rank away, the knight is taking the g1 square away. That is a very strong threat. But playing rook d5 or rook f5 straight away does not work, because then black plays rook c5, and that pins the rook to the king. So we cannot give checkmate, and also we are not able to checkmate the black king in 4 moves from here to make it a mate in 5. The first move that white has to make, the only move that leads to mate in 5, is to play b2, b4. There goes that pawn. One of the points is that that pawn is covering the c5 square. And now black has several moves that stop the rook d5, rook d1 checkmate, or rook f5, rook f1 checkmate, but no moves that can stop both. Let's have a look at a few variations. Black can take on c2, then there is knight takes c2, and you can play a2, but then rook d5 or rook f5. Let's look at rook d5. Then you can promote to a queen, but knight takes a1 and checkmate with rook d1 on the next move. You can also try bishop c7, but then rook f5, threatening rook f1 checkmate. Bishop f4 can be played, rook takes f4, rook c5 check to gain another move, b takes c5, and then it will be checkmate on f1 just in time, because that would be move 5. So back to the position. What to do after b4? Well, the main line goes as follows. Black plays rook c5 check anyway. B takes c5, threatening checkmate now on b1. Black can handle that by playing a2, covering the b1 square with the pawn. But then c6, reopening the 5th rank for this rook to go to d5 or to f5. Then bishop c7 is black's best try, and now rook d5 does not work because of bishop takes g3, rook d1 check, bishop e1 interposing, and rook d takes e1 checkmate. Yes, it is checkmate, but this is move 6, and we had to checkmate the black king in 5 moves. So back to bishop c7, which is black's best defense. What about rook f5? Well, then bishop f4, rook takes f4, and yes, checkmate on the next move with rook f1, but that again would be move 6. So what can white do after bishop c7? Well, you feel it coming. The b pawn, which is now the c pawn, plays again and takes on b7. That is the solution. There is nothing that black can do against this pawn promoting. The knight has no squares. Let's make a move. Bishop takes g3, and then either b takes a8 queen, checkmate, or b takes a8 bishop is checkmate. The b2 pawn has delivered checkmate on a8. It was very unlikely that that pawn would deliver the checkmate, but it did. And any problem that features a pawn moving from its starting square to promotion in the course of the solution is now set to demonstrate the Excelsior theme. And here you saw the first version of it by the genius Sam Lloyd, published in 1861. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked this Excelsior theme, please give the video a thumbs up, please subscribe to the Chess to Impress channel, and please leave a comment if you like the video, and if you like this series. It would be great if you could share it on social media by clicking the share button on YouTube. This is Rick for Chess to Impress. Thank you for watching.